Hi, my name is Ken and I'm from the Moneymakers Academy. Today, I'll be presenting to you the 6 mistakes course creators make when creating an online course. I have seen these mistakes and this thought process over and over again regarding online course creation, and somehow these are extremely common. And if you're just getting started, chances are that you're at risk of making at least several of them. Now, in my own experience, creating an online course is a big undertaking. The journey of profitable course creation can be somehow a bumpy one with lots of twists and turns along the way. And before you can start going the right direction, you have to first stop the going the wrong direction, right? Now, for this course, my goal for you is to learn all these big mistakes that you can make when creating an online course. So, what are you waiting for? Let's head on to the course outline for today. So on today's presentation's outline, on 6 mistakes course creators makes when creating an online course, first is that we'll tackle on what are some common mistakes course creators make. Next, we'll tackle that there are some few common mistakes online course creators make. We'll tackle the not starting with your audience first, and then second, we'll tackle on not building an online community. And then third, another mistake is making your online courses too broad. And then another mistake would be trying to market to everyone. And then not considering the student experience. And then last mistake is letting perfectionism get in the way. So, are you excited to tackle all these 6 mistakes? Let's head on to the first topic. What are some common mistakes course creators make? Adding an online course to your product suite and having a passive income stream on autopilot sounds amazing, right? And it doesn't only sound amazing, it truly can be if you put in the work and take the right steps at the right time to create a digital product that sells and is scalable. But many course creators are guilty of either one or multiple of the following mistakes, which derails their progress before they even create the online course. Now let's shed some light on these 6 common mistakes being made by course creators. And many people are still somehow interested in creating online courses, but they may not know where to start. And there are few things that you should know before creating your first online course. And what are these common mistakes to avoid? Now here are some few mistakes online course creators make. First, not starting with your audience first. One of the biggest mistakes we've seen is that many people make is to begin building their online courses without their audience in mind first. The very first thing you should do, even before you start building your course outline, is to think about your ideal audience and the problems they're facing. Now, your course will be successful if you can provide value to your audience by helping them solve a problem they're facing. But if you don't know your audience, how will you know what their pain points are? And if you think you have a great course idea but haven't yet done the research to know if the information will provide value to your audience, you may end up wasting a lot of time and money creating something that doesn't appeal to your customer's base. Because your audience matters more than any aspect of your training process. Now, how often do you consider them when designing your learning content? Because in the most powerful and crucial part of developing an online course is your audience. If you create online courses with no consideration to who's consuming them, then you're already guaranteed to fail. Creating an effective process that enables success means you need to focus on your audience. Traditional training silos online courses in a separate environment from where your learners engage. Our course creation software helps you share knowledge with your audience where they engage the most. With online courses that are easily shareable, you'll be able to accelerate your online training course delivery, expand the access your audience has, the knowledge they need. Also, to measure analytics on every interaction from any learner, anywhere. And with this guide, you'll learn how to recognize your online course audience and how to deliver training in the flow of work and build online course engagement. So why does your online course audience matters the most? Now, our company has always believed that in the benefit of creating an online course that has a positive impact on learners. Everything we offer is to create a better end user experience. And that's why we've built our online course creation software so anyone can create engaging content and easily share it. Focusing on your online course audience to build content also provides insight into what knowledge you want to share to guarantee success. Now consider this, you might not send your sales team a set of content marketing courses, product team leads capture strategies, or customer base an internal policy and procedure course. Recognizing what your learners need can help you decide what's the best knowledge to share will be able to get the results you want. Now, some easy signifiers that can help you grow up your audience into learner personas is how long have they been with your organization? Are they entry level, mid, or senior staff? What are the struggles in their day to day? What role do they serve in your organization or team? What knowledge do they have already? Are there platforms they engage with frequently? And once you've started recognizing commonalities with your audience, you can start creating learner groups. And this lets you share an online course with them where they work, where they play, and anywhere in between. The second common mistake is not building an online community. Another common mistake that online course creators often is to begin creating and selling their online courses without building trust and credibility with an audience first. How many course creators have dropped into your DMs trying to sell you their courses or coaching programs without building a relationship with you first? It's a pushy sales tactic and usually a bad idea because it gives the wrong impression of your intentions. And one of the best ways to validate your course idea is by getting feedback from people who would be interested in taking it. And one of the best ways to get feedback is by building an audience and community first, because this will help you create a course that people actually want and people actually need. And when it comes to launch, you will have a group of people who are ready and eager to buy your courses because you've already done the work of providing that you are valuable to them. Because online learning communities can be educationally and personally fulfilling when your students approach their courses with a commitment to initiate, respect, value, and fully engage in the material, dialogues, and group work. And much has been written about the importance of the relationship between students and faculty in online courses. More and more attention is being given to the tremendous influence of the online community. Establishing an online community helps a group of learners bond and work well together, because community is a particularly an important in online courses given the potential for students to feel isolated and alone. And also, in an online community, feedback can help you improve multiple aspects of your online course, whether we're talking about your platform, content, or even marketing. Asking for genuine feedback and giving genuine feedback can be somehow nerve-wracking for most. Even if you are a more seasoned instructor, it's a vulnerable position to be in. On the brighter side, there is nothing more valuable in more than getting constructive criticism from other people who take your online courses. The biggest enemies of good feedback are generalities and niceties. The first is the tendency to say things that are non-specific, such as a great course, I didn't like it, without elaborating further. The second is the fact that people will often say things that they think you want to hear. Now, the golden rule is that having an in order to get effective feedback, you need to ask the right questions. Now, for the sake of saving time, you might opt for creating a survey. However, I'd advise you to use the interview method if you can. That means having a one-on-one talk with at least five learners who have preferably completed your course. Now, no matter which method you choose, use it for your improvement. Now, what are some strategies for building an online community? Now, here are some few tips. First, start a blog or podcast that is related to your course topic and update with a new blog post or podcast every week so to keep your audience engaged. Another tip here is create a Facebook group or LinkedIn group that is related to your course topic where you can share valuable information related to the courses you plan to create. Also, another tip is host webinars and Q&A sessions related to your course topic. Another tip is offer free resources such as templates, worksheets, and checklists that people can download in exchange for their email addresses. And there are many ways to build an audience and community. But the main thing is to start with a group of people who you know will be interested in your course topic and build trust and also credibility before you try selling them something. Because these communities can be used to innovate products, reduce support costs, and get more sales. Now, what is again an online community? This is a group of people who interact with each other on an online platform. These communities can range from 1 billion person, it's either Facebook or Instagram, to a 10-person community of coffee lovers that rates artisan cafes in their city through private Facebook pages. And again, building an online community is a valuable marketing strategy. The brand with an online community giving them constant feedback to improve their copy and product is going to have a huge advantage over the brand trying to put together focus groups or customers research. But that doesn't mean it's a hard process. Community platforms, including social networks, are in full support of these communities and have made it easy to create a community for your brand. And most of the work behind building a community is in figuring out its purpose and how you're going to promote it. So you need to identify key stakeholders for the online community, define the purpose and goal, select a community platform, build a member profile, develop rules and norms, up your community, identify key stakeholders for the online community, and lastly, promote your community. Third common mistake is making your online course too broad. Now, what do I mean by this? When an online course creator makes their course topic too broad, they often run into problem of not being able to provide enough value to their students. And if you're trying to teach everything about a certain topic, it's going to be difficult to create a course that is high quality and provides enough value. You'll also have a hard time marketing your course to people who are interested in that topic. And on the other hand, if you focus on creating a high quality course on a specific topic, you'll be able to provide more value and make more money. You'll also be able to market your course more effectively because you'll be able to target a specific group of people. And when you have an overall subject to pursue, your next task is to narrow and focus a topic. You may want to narrow your topic so that you can explore it and your students it in detail. Also, narrowing your topic will enable you and your students to better determine the specific direction of your course and their learning objectives for this specific topic. So how can you make sure your course is specific enough? Now, here are a few questions to ask yourself. First, is there another online course on this topic that's already successful? If so, what makes yours different or better than theirs? Another question is, what problem will my audience solve by taking my course? If the answer is a lot of things, then your course is probably too broad. Can I explain my online course topic in a single sentence? If you can't, it's probably too broad. When you focus on creating a high quality course on a specific topic, you'll be able to provide more value and make more money. Fourth common biggest mistake is trying to market to everyone. Course creators often make mistakes by trying to market to everyone, rather finding a specific niche. When you're first starting out, it can be tempting to try and make your online course appeal to as many people as possible. But actually, this is a mistake. The more specific you can get with your niche, the easier it will be to attract students who are interested in taking your courses. And when you focus on a specific niche, you'll also be more likely to get more sales because your target audience will know who the course is for. For example, Rather than offering a general web design 101 course that is anyone could take, try narrowing down your focus and creating an online course for how to build a WordPress website for beginners. And in this way, only people who are interested in learning how to build a WordPress website will be interested in signing up. And when you market to everyone, you're essentially marketing to no one. And this is not an effective way to sell your courses. The key here is to get specific with your niche. Don't worry about trying to appeal to broad audience, otherwise you'll end up wasting time and money on marketing that isn't effective. A strong marketing campaign will connect you with the right customers, get people talking about your company, introduce your product or service to the media, and set up your business for financial success. Thoughtless marketing, however, can do the opposite. Marketing mistakes can cost your business quite a lot in lost revenue and other expenses. In some cases, marketing errors may even cause a public relations problem. So, here we have lack of research and testing. Skipping research and testing is one of the most common marketing mistakes that companies make. Market research and testing saves time and money by predicting how your product and promotions will perform before you launch a single campaign. They give you a snapshot of how the public will respond to your marketing campaigns, which can help you flag ineffective or unpopular ideas before you go to the expense of putting them into practice. And another thing here is improper focus and positioning when marketing. Brand positioning is an important part of creating a space for your company and standing out from competition. Strategic marketing positioning creates a momentum, which means that every time you market a new product or service, you are building on the previous product. But many companies market single products without thinking about how their overall brand is perceived. They then have to start over with every marketing campaign, which costs time, money, and effort. Now, avoid this common marketing error by using positioning strategies to influence how customers compare to your competitors. Like, are your luxury or budget? Are your products for a specific situation? Are you known for high quality or a certain type of customer? Every product or service that you market should relate back to your overall focus and positioning, because this creates a specific niche for your industry, allowing you to develop a loyal customer base. Even with the best planning, marketing mistakes can still happen. If a marketing plan doesn't generate the response you want, take time to reflect on what might have gone wrong and how you can become better position yourself in the future. When your business is struggling with marketing, it's time to return your focus to understanding and addressing your customers' needs. So how do you find the perfect niche? Here are some questions that might help. Who is my ideal student? What are the biggest problems my ideal student is facing? What are solutions I can offer to help my ideal student solve their problems? And once you have a good understanding of your target audience, it will be much easier to create a course that appeals to them and provide value. A niche market is a focused set of people or businesses who are in the market to purchase a product or service you sell. And this group of individuals has a specific set of needs that can be met by a targeted product or service that addresses those needs. Niche marketing is a byproduct of, you can say, specialization. When a company offers a specific niche of products and services rather than selling a wide variety of offerings, they benefit by saving money, becoming more productive, and providing a comparative advantage that can be marketed to a niche set of customers. Companies benefit from putting a stake in the ground, and one way to see that benefit in action is actually through sales and marketing. Selling to a niche market is a way to stand out from competitors, and it helps to broad or brand your established positive recognition within the market. Your business can become an authority in your industry for that niche audience, and ultimately attracting more customers to your product or service. Now, the benefits of a niche or specific market is whether you're starting a new business or scaling an existing one, a specific marketing is an effective way to establish your brand's positioning. By focusing on a small audience, your business will be able to stretch its resources further and bring in customers who are closely aligned with your offerings. Those are the people who need your products the most and are therefore most likely to convert and remain loyal customers. Let's say your business sells printers and scanners. A niche market approach would entail identifying and reaching out to your business target accounts. And through market research, these are the people you've determined would benefit most from product. Now, to further improve chances of conversion and customer loyalty, you may get even more granular and specifically reach out to the departments within those target businesses who would benefit most from your printers and scanners, such as marketing or admin. Now, these are the people who understands the benefits of your product and challenges it resolves. Starting small is how you establish yourself in market. Then, as your business scales, it's natural for your niche market to grow. In fact, Harvard Business Review says that large markets can evolve from niche or specific ones. By aligning your product or services specifically and perfectly with a small group of current potential customers, you encourage word of mouth and positive reviews, which can carry your business into a larger, potentially more profitable market. Fifth, not considering the student experience. One of the most important aspects of course creation is the overall student experience and learning objectives. You can have the great content, but if the student experience is poor, your course is almost sure to flop. It's important for the course creator not only to think about what they want to teach the students, but also how the students will learn and what they'll be able to do after your course. And when you set up experiential learning situations for your students, they can apply course concepts and knowledge to real life problems and situations like ones they may encounter in their own professional and personal lives. Through this process, they actually begin to see patterns in problems and potential solutions. When they encounter similar problems in the future, they can draw on rich bank of examples and knowledge of patterns among problems and solutions you have helped them to build. And all this experience moves them on the path to developing expertise in their fields. Experiential learning has also the powerful potential to support students' motivation for learning. Experiential learning presents learning opportunities that focus on material and skills that are relevant to students' lives, which has a positive impact on their motivation to learn. Now, when students have a high degree of motivation for learning, we need to consider their experience. They tend to engage in learning activities because they enjoy and value them and they could relate. As opposed to being motivated purely by grades, a study on the impact of experiential learning suggests that participating in a class featuring experiential learning increases students' intrinsic motivation to learn over the course of the class. One way that experiential learning supports motivation is by giving students a degree of autonomy in their learning. Students must take the lead in searching for and applying solutions to the problems. And they make many decisions throughout the process that shape their own learning. And students' emotional experiences as they learn are often overlooked. But recent studies in the field of psychology highlights the connection between the way human experience emotion and cognition. And somehow they go together rather than functioning as independent systems. Students participating in experiential learning may experience more heightened emotional responses than in a more traditional lecture-based classroom experience. So, what do you want your audience to know, do, and feel? A good rule of thumb is to think about what you want your students to know, do, and feel. When they are finished with your course, what knowledge will they have that they didn't start with? What will they do with this new knowledge? and how do you want them to feel once they've completed the course. Now, a professional tip: as you create the sales page or landing page for your course, include a bullet points that tells your audience what they will know after completing your course, and also what they can do with that information. It's actually a great marketing tactic and will get your students excited about diving into your content. Now, isn't that helpful? And so, what do you want or what do you have to do to appeal to your learners? You have to excite them. You have to intrigue them. You have to provide solutions to their problems. And most importantly, you have to convince them that your solutions will change their life for the better. And how? By knowing what your learners expect from you. By knowing your learners so you can deliver exactly what they need. By having a deeper understanding of them, you can approach them like a friend and guide them like a mentor to make them change their behavior and attitudes. Have conversations with them frequently. Hear about their needs, fears, goals, interests, and expectations, and figure out the next steps from there. Each conversation will make you more effective at e-learning design. A quote says that the better we know our students, the more they know and trust that we know them, and the more invested they become in their learning. And if you know your learners, it will be worth your time as you will be more capable of. And last problem is letting perfectionism get in the way. Online course creators also make mistakes by trying to perfect their course and not launching it soon enough. It's natural to want your online course to be perfect before you launch it to the world, but this can often lead to delays and mistakes. The truth is, there is such a thing as too much commitment. Your course will never be completely perfect, and that's okay. In fact, one of the best things about online courses is that they're constantly evolving. You can always add new content, update existing lessons, and make changes to the course as you go along. If you find yourself stuck in the trap of perfectionism, try asking yourself a few questions that may help. What's holding me back from launching my online course? If I had launched today, what would I need to change or improve? What can I do later to improve my course content? Now, perfectionism has gotten many leaders to where they are today. Without the drive to be the best at what they do, many of today's most successful businesses wouldn't exist in their current form. But being too focused on perfection can have negative effects on a business and its leader, and especially for your online course. Now, you actually need to be perfecting every part of your course. Recognize that you live in an excellence every day by doing so. And somehow, you make it a sport and enjoy it so that it's not pressure. But part of owning an online course or making an online course, you can't be perfect something if it's not out there. So put it out there. Get a feedback, shape it, keep your eye on the horizon, and trust the people that has been enrolling in you and accept corrections. Don't get caught up with tech and digital products because many online courses do one of two things when it comes to technology and digital products. They either get shiny object syndrome and think they need to buy all things, or they get completely overwhelmed with their own options and they don't know where to start. If you're just starting out, it's best to keep things simple when it comes to technology and tools. Don't spend too much time or money trying to figure out which camera or microphone is the best. You don't need anything special or fancy when you're just getting started. Really, all you need is a computer or smartphone and an internet connection to get started. Grab that smartphone or free screen sharing software and start recording. As you get a course or two out there, begin to make some sales. You can invest in higher quality equipment. Launch your course and begin gathering feedback. Remember, there is no such thing as perfect online course. So don't wait until everything is perfect before you launch. You'll never be done. Start with what you have and make things and improvements over time. Many course creators will start by launching their course to a private Facebook group or a small VIP following before sharing it to the whole world. Once you start selling your course to some trusted VIPs, you can get feedbacks from your students and make changes based on what they want. And when you listen to your students and give them what they want, that's when the real magic happens. Avoid common mistakes and begin building your online business. When it comes to online courses, many course creators tend to make few common mistakes. But when you're aware of these mistakes, you can avoid them and begin building passive income with your successful online business. Whether you're just beginning your journey in course creation with an idea that is still growing, or if you're ready to dive into building a business by sharing your knowledge and skills with others, you can learn from the mistakes of those who came before you. And that concludes our presentation on the 6 mistakes course creators make when creating an online course. Now, my final advice for you: if you want your learners to stay with you and then come back to you, give them what they want from you. And you can be thoughtful and empathic only if you know them well. Again, if you have any questions, you may reach out to me in my Skype, on my email, or on my phone number. Once again, thank you for listening.